Let's see. Hello, everybody.
Hello, hello.
Hello, hello, hello.
Our names popping up. Yes, they are. Our attendees. Oh, good. All right, we've got about 33 people um signed in, 35 signed in so far. So welcome everybody to the community table. And I'm Laura Albovias, and I'm the training and coordination manager here at the Coalition for the Homeless. And I'm so excited about having our friends from the Louisville Urban League here today. This is a resource that I feel like is not utilized as much as it could be by our homeless service providers. I think a few agencies might use it, but you all just do so much down there and have such wonderful services that I want to make sure that all of our participating agencies know about the great things that you do and that they know how to access it. So I'm not going to take up any more of your time. I'm going to turn it over to you and let you introduce yourselves and talk about what it is that you do. So the floor is yours, or the screen is yours.
Anybody want to
All
start,
right.
or I'll go first?
Go ahead, Landon.
Perfect, perfect. Good day, everyone. My name is Landon Horten. I am a navigator here at the Louisville Urban League. I'm on the health team or in the health department. One of our specialty programs is called It Starts With Me. It's a community health program. This community health program bridges the gap, connecting individuals and families to the support they need to live healthier and happier lives. Launched in 2016, It Starts With Me is powered by a team of dedicated community health workers who meet people where they are. They provide one on one support to help improve health habits, overcome barriers, and reduce health disparities within our city.
Landon, I'm sorry
Yes.
to interrupt. Do you have a screen or anything? We always see is your name. We can hear you, but we're not seeing you or a screen that you might be sharing.
Let's see. Hold on just one second.
Okay. There you are.
There we go. Can you see me?
Yes.
Perfect, perfect, perfect.
Okay. Thank you.
Let me pull this back up one second. If I X out, can you all still see me? Okay. Where was I? Since its start, the program has helped individuals move from the streets into safe housing, supported families facing domestic violence, connected clients to food, clothing, doctors, and dentists, guided people towards stable employment, and so much more. This program is completely free to the community. To power this program, the Louisville Urban League relies on certified community health workers. We call them CHWs. Community health workers are trusted members of the community. Because they have strong connections and deep understandings of the people around them, they're able to bridge the gap between health and social services and the individuals who need them. Major parts of our roles consist of connecting individuals to services like healthcare, housing, food, and more, education, the community on health, or educating the community on health and wellness, supporting individuals through informal counseling, social guidance, and advocacy, and empowering people to take control of their health and well-being. Excuse me. All community health workers are certified through Kentucky's Community Health Worker Training Program and must pass a criminal background check. Our work is essential to making sure every person has access to the tools and support they need to live a healthier life. How this works. It Starts With Me has three basic phases that define the program's approach. After the 90-day program, participants will complete a final survey and be discharged from the program. Those three basic phases are an assessment, where the community health workers conduct a needs based assessment that allows individuals to identify their top areas of need. It is important that participants tell us where to start. We will also make a connection. Once needs are identified, the CHW will research and recommend resources and services for the participant to plug into. Recommendations are tailored to fit each participant's situation. The role of the CHW is to walk with participants through the process. This may include making calls, attending appointments, making home visits, and much more. For the 90 days, the CHW will spend intentional time working with participants around their top 3 needs, following up on opportunities, researching solutions, and designing a plan for success moving forward. We really want your needs to be met. We want to help you and your family live your best life by connecting to resources in the following area: health education, race-related stress, housing stability, physical activity, anxiety and depression, unemployment, diet and nutrition, and financial resource strain. For more information on It Starts With Me, please contact 502-585-4622 or email us at health@lul.org. Do we have any questions on anything? Any questions at all?
Can you give us some specifics of like, okay, if a client walks in, do they need to have any documents with them? Or what would a typical appointment look like? How long does it last? Um, Specifically, what would a person expect?
A general walk-in, you don't have to have any documentation. We would first assess the situation, see what's going on, kind of get a feel of what brought you in, and from there we just address the situation as it comes. Sometimes we get walk-ins that are emergencies that need to be handled right then and there. Sometimes we get walk-ins that need to be taken or need to be having or that need to have more time spent with them instead of just, quickly trying to get the emergency handled. But you don't need to have any documentation unless it gets to a certain point where we would need documents. Like if we were paying a bill or doing anything with like car insurance or anything, then we would need documentation on that. But as far as just walking in and seeking resources or help, no, you don't need any documentation at all. All are welcome.
Okay, people are asking that you put the phone number and the email in the chat.
Absolutely. Give me 2 seconds. And here we go. I see a question in the chat. What are the qualifications for clients? It varies. Like I said earlier, we do take all walk-ins, but in order to get into specific programs, there are specific qualifications for those programs. But generally, it's just some programs require that you have a job. If you don't have a job, we do have resources for that. Um, yeah, there really aren't any major qualifications for clients though. Like you don't have to have like a GED or high school education. You don't have to have a diploma or college degree or anything to get the resources. They're available to anyone and everyone.
Is there a time limit on services, like you can only follow somebody for 12 months or 8 months or a year, or is it just for however long somebody needs to be served?
It's for however long they need to be served. We do a lot of follow-ups. We try to keep in touch with a lot of people. We do understand that life does happen. You can't always make a connection with someone over the phone or email or text, but we do try to keep up with our clients and do follow-ups and make sure everything is going how it's supposed to go. Say one more question. Once you complete the 90-day program, is that it? What's next? Um, there'll be a follow-up that happens after the 90-day program ends. You're not necessarily kicked out or just closed out, but we do keep you in the system in case you may need more resources down the line or in the future. Let's see, one more. I have a client with a theft misdemeanor, I believe that is. Do they have to make an appointment or do you take walk-ins? Yes, we do take walk-ins. How do I refer someone to your program? Just call for an appointment or have them call? They can just call that number in the 585-4622 area code 502, or they can go to the health@lul.org and set an appointment with our intake specialist, and she'll get you hooked up with the right people. Let's see. How do I refer someone to your program? I just read that one. I'm sorry. Do you take direct referrals from organizations? Yes. They would have to contact either our intake specialist or our program manager, and they will get you hooked up with a navigator, and then we'll take it from there. I just jumped on what resources are available. We offer a plethora, anything from healthcare, car insurance, dental. We do a lot. We do a lot. Thank you. Thank you. No problem. No problem. Hey, Destiny. Do you know which, hold on, sorry. Do you know which services require the participant to have a job? Most of the resources that we have don't require them to have a job, but on the other hand, we do have some that are more extensive. If they're asking for like resources for like bill payment, utilities, or anything, then we would ask that they are employed. How does car insurance work? I work with the VOA, them housing shelter. They would have to be in the workforce program, I believe, to do the car insurance. But where we would come in at is where we would do the assessment and decipher what barriers need to be worked with first. Is there a list of your services on your website? I think so. I just pulled it up. Give me 2 seconds. We have a number of quick links: health, education, and policy. It starts with me, the Healthier Path Forward, and Project Kilmo. And those are all on our websites. Let me get back to the Zoom. Which program? I don't understand that one. Which program? Can you all help with renters insurance? Renters insurance. Do we help with renter insurance? Renters insurance? Do we help with that? As far as renters insurance, we do not, but we can point you in the right direction to get that handled. Which program did you say regarding car insurance? That would be the workforce program.
Which I can jump in and tell you about the workforce program right now. The flyer notes that you can share with the group.
I believe so. Give me a few moments and I'll locate a flyer and I'll post it in the chat. You can go ahead, Crystal.
Okay. All right. So the Louisville Urban League's workforce department is committed to empowering individuals and families by helping them overcome barriers to employment and achieve career success. Our goal is to connect people with resources and training opportunities that lead to sustainable employment and financial independence. We offer ongoing support to help individuals find jobs and build lasting careers by addressing barriers and providing practical training. We help people improve their quality of life and contribute to our community's economic development. We offer a bunch of programs here in Workforce. Our first program is our Urban Senior Job Program, a specialized program for individuals aged 55 and older who are seeking meaningful employment. We provide job training, resume assistance, and opportunities to connect with employers who value the skills and experiences that mature workers bring to the table. This program empowers seniors to re-enter the workforce, maintain financial stability, and contribute to their communities. Our next program, which is the program that I lead, Kentuckiana Builds. Kentuckiana Builds is a pre-apprenticeship program designed to prepare individuals for careers in construction trades and other skilled trades. Participants receive hands-on trainings and certifications like NCCER, OSHA 10, CPR First Aid, and ATSSA Flagger certifications, and direct connections to union and non-union employers. Upon completing Kentuckiana Builds and successfully passing their first semester at JCTC, participants receive 12 credit hours towards JCTC um, to complete their construction degrees. So Kentuckiana Builds is 6 weeks. Once they graduate, we help connect them to employment. Our next class starts in May. So if anybody knows anybody that would be interested in construction, you can have them go to kentuckianabuilds.org. Also from our website, lul.org, under jobs, Kentuckiana Builds, there's a link there as well. Our healthcare training initiative. Um, I'm sorry, our Workforce Career Lab. Our Workforce Career Lab is a resource hub that provides barrier removal assistance and comprehensive employment support. Barriers can include, but are not limited to, transportation, work attire, tools, mental health challenges, and family care responsibilities. Most of the resources up under the Workforce Career Lab do require at least part-time employment. There are some exceptions to that, though. It would just be a case-by-case basis with the workforce specialist. We also have Workforce Wednesdays. So Workforce Wednesdays is a 60-minute professional development workshop held twice monthly, typically on the first and the third Wednesdays from 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. It could happen virtually. The purpose of this is for participants to gain critical career and leadership skills to enhance their workplace performance and personal growth. Sessions are facilitated by a rotating lineup of top corporate recruiters, HR professionals, leadership and life skill coaches, CEOs, and certified trainers. The topics can include anything from interview prep, resume refinement, effective communication, teamwork, conflict resolution and adaptability, problem solving, anything like that. Why it matters? Because it delivers targeted skill building in a concise lunch hour format, access to industry experts without cost, and networking opportunities with peers and professionals. So if anybody would like to join one of our Workforce Wednesdays, you can contact us here at the League. I'll leave my email and phone number in the chat. Whether someone is just starting their career or seeking a fresh start or looking for opportunities later in life, we are here to guide them every step of the way. Let's see. Yeah, so I'll put my contact information in the chat. So if anybody would like to join any of these programs or have any questions about the programs or would like to host one of the Workforce Wednesdays, please feel free to reach out. LUL.org and my phone number. Okay, so both of those are in the chat. Yes. Thank you very much, Ms. Casey. Or if are there any questions or anything based on the
I have a question. One of the biggest barriers that a lot of our homeless clients face is criminal background and not being able to get a job that pays a livable wage when they have a criminal background. or they're very undesirable jobs. So
Yes.
is that something you can help people with?
We can definitely help, but we face the same problem. We need more jobs in our community that are second chance employers that pay a decent wage. But we do have a few. Our biggest barrier is transportation. So a lot of the jobs that someone with a criminal background could go to does require a vehicle to get there. But we will definitely help them try to see, what we could do. Um, so yes, they're encouraged to apply and come on through the program. Any other questions, comments? Okay, thank you very much. Ms. Casey, you're on mute, Ms. Casey.
How about now? Okay. So I'm Casey Serrano, and I do expungements for the Louisville Urban League. I'll just tell you about the program itself. It's been in effect since 2019. It was the first of its kind. They basically had a big clinic, and there's like 400 people standing out in the cold trying to get their records expunged. So our benefactor is Steve Riley, and he supports is the sole supporter of this project.
I'm sorry, Ms. Casey. Saying they can't hear you well in the chat.
Yeah, you're muffled.
Okay. I'm going to switch. Hold on just one second. I apologize. I'm going to go to my laptop. Give me a second, please. Of course not. Let's see. It is not working. I didn't know this was going to happen. Mm-hmm. I think it's my headphones. How about now? Can you still hear me, or am I muffled?
I think it sounds better than it was. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna have to hold this close to my mouth. So, because the other thing is not working here, I won't let me in. It's telling me that it's expired. So anyway, I'm Casey Serrano. I do expungements. So we've been doing expungements here at the league since 2019, and our benefactor is Steve Riley, and without him we wouldn't be. Um, so for those who do not know what expungement is where your record is erased. There are certain criteria for expunging records. Not everything can be expunged. There has to be D class felonies and below. So we have A misdemeanors, B misdemeanors. Those are eligible. It can't be a violent crime or a sex crime. Those cannot. But even though you might have some of those violent crimes or sex crime on your record, that does not mean you can't get other things expunged. The policy right now is that so if you haven't had anything in the last 5 to 7 years, if you're eligible, 5 to 7 years, then you can get everything that's eligible on your record expunged. But if you don't have the 5 years clean and clear period, that's what I call it, you won't be eligible. But I encourage people to register for our program all the time because I want them to know. So if you think you're not eligible, but do you not know when you're eligible, I can tell you when you're eligible. If you think you're not eligible and you went through a diversion program, you might be eligible. So that's what I do. That's why I get paid to review people's records. And so so they say that we helped 25. We had 2,500 expungements last year. I don't know if that's true. I'll just do expungements. And let's see. So I'm trying to think of anything else that I want to just do questions because ask me some questions and maybe I can answer them.
There's a question in the chat. What qualifies as a violent crime? I have a client with arson first charges. She was asking about that today.
So arson first is not a D-class felony. So that would not be one of the ones. D-class felonies can be an assault, but usually it's assault 4. Anything like an assault 1, that's like a police officer or something with a deadly weapon will not be. Murder definitely isn't. Certain drug trafficking are, but not all drug trafficking are. So we are working with the Commonwealth attorneys on some of those trafficking cases from the 90s, but not all of those will even qualify. But bad checks, drugs not in proper container, possession of controlled substance, but then there's like in the first, so and in the third, and there's different degrees. So that's why you need somebody to look at your record to be able to tell you. In our program, one thing huge about our program is that it's free. So expungements for misdemeanors and any kind of misdemeanor or traffic charge, it costs $100. So Mr. Riley, with his sponsorship, allows us to give free help to people. He will pay for them to get their expungements. If you have a felony case, that's $300 for each felony. So that's a really big help to removing the barrier of people's criminal histories. And as everybody knows, that's one of the biggest things that keeps people from getting housing, getting a job, being able to go to your kids' field trip because you have a felony. It helps your car insurance, your homeowner's insurance. Your criminal history will affect that. Trying to get certain licenses. You can't become a nurse. You probably can't become a CNA with certain things on your record. So it keeps your record has a great, huge effect on you, as I'm sure most of the people know. So I always encourage people to register for a program. And I'm going to put that in the chat so that people can take hold of that opportunity. And so there's no cost to it. So I'm reading out of the check. There's no cost to it on your end. If you have more conviction that qualifies for expungements, are they separate charges? See, yes, if you were to go up to the courthouse, because people can do their own expungements, but you would have to pay for them if you know how to do an expungement. It's $100 for each misdemeanor or traffic case. It's $300 for each felony charge. So yes, there's an individual charge to all of that. And through our program, we are able to waive those fees, get those fees waived for you, or pay for them ourselves. And okay. So, do you have any other questions about expungements?
There's a couple of questions in the chat. If you qualify for expungement, is there a cost? So you answered that one.
Yeah. I was reading this one.
Okay.
Yeah. Is there any other questions? I can't do individuals like the one about the arson. I can't do those individually. That's why we encourage you just to register. How long is the process? Okay, that's a good question because that's so long. It is a long time. It takes almost a year for felonies. for the ones that go with, that are circuit court cases, they can take up to a year. Misdemeanors are about 6 to 9 months. And let me give you the process. So if you register for a program, I will look at your criminal history, see if you're eligible. If you are eligible, you will come in and fill out some paperwork, or I can email it to you and you can fill out some paperwork. And then we will order your Kentucky State Police certification. That is probably the longest time, I would say, that it takes, because it takes anywhere from 4 to 5 months to get that back. And I don't want you to be mixed up between a criminal history and a Kentucky State Police certification is a completely different thing. It costs $42.50. The league will cover that. You just have to come in and fill out the paperwork to initiate, if you're eligible. If you're not eligible, I will tell you kind of when you're eligible, why you're not eligible. I mean, people apply, they have bench warrants they didn't know about. They have, things like that. So if they're not, they might be eligible next year. They might be next, 5 years. But I try to give them a bare roots why. Or maybe they're not eligible because they don't have a criminal history here in Kentucky. And so I do have to say that we are limited in who all we can help. We help people in Jefferson County mostly, and there's several reasons for that. We don't have attorneys that can go all over the state helping, doing expungements. Our judges here in Jefferson County are very generous toward our people as far as income, waiving the fees and things like that, which help us help more people. So we only have so much money to help people. So when the judges are waived the fees for us and for our clients, it helps us to do more work. And when we go outside of Jefferson County, we see that most of the time they want to be paid for, want our clients to pay. And then we don't have anybody to go. And there's usually another requirement that they want somebody to be present, and we just don't have attorneys to do that. So, is there anything we're trying to do while they wait? Okay, so is there anything that clients can do while they wait? I mean, we do have our jobs program. And as far as attending courts, you do not have to attend court. Everything is done through us. So basically, if you come in and fill out the paperwork, once we receive the Kentucky State Police certification back, petitions are created, and then you will come in and just meet so we can sit down and show you all the things that are going to be expunged. Hopefully, it still is up to the judge, but I try to be very careful about that. And let's see. Okay, so the question is, what is the typical cost for clients? For the Louisville Urban League clients, there is not a cost. We do it free of charge to the client.
Can you do anything with evictions on anybody's?
Not at this point. There is a coalition. There are people working together trying to figure out that the problem of evictions being on people's records. It's not on your criminal record, but it's on your the report. So your financial report. So we're trying to work on. There's a lots of meetings going on with that. That is part of our policy team. So justice here is just not expungement. There's a policy team, and our policy team advocate for fair laws and such as changes in that law about how people who own apartments or houses can put that on your criminal history, even if you've paid it and it's showing that you have an eviction when you really are not. It's been dismissed. So we're working on those kind of things. Here at the Urban League, we have people who attend the legislative sessions, goes to the hometown meetings, and if there's a meeting going on that it will affect people, usually we're there. Even if we're just listening. because we recognize that decisions get made at the lower levels. So we want to always have an input in that. And we also do voting through our policy team. We have drives, phone banks. We even help people get to the polls. We're not advocating anybody, but we want people to vote, to have a voice. Let's see. Okay. So do we have any other questions? Nope. Okay.
One person saying that Landon's JPEG can't be opened. Is that something they can get off of your website?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it is. My apologies. My apologies. I'm trying to figure out how to get it to pop up in the chat, but you can't find it all on our website at luo.org.
Technology's great until it's not.
Exactly. I'll put my contact information in as well. I think I forgot to do that.
So no further questions for me? Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Landon. Okay, have all three of you put your contact information in there? Okay.
Yes.
I'm just looking through the questions. I think you got all of them. I want to make sure that nobody got overlooked. Message. Okay, we got it. Okay, any other questions while you've got them on the screen here? Okay, well, I'm going to leave the training open for a few minutes so that everybody can scroll through the chat and make sure that you get those links and those emails. If you think of questions later on, if you've got their contact information, you can reach out. So I appreciate our friends from Louisville Urban League being here today. Is there anything else you feel like we need to know or is helpful for us information to have?
We're also doing free taxes right now.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Taxes done.
That's a good one. Do they need an appointment or can they just show up?
They can just walk in, but the taxes are not here on Mondays
And Fridays.
and Fridays.
They're from 1 to 7.
1 to 7, Tuesdays,
Tuesday.
Wednesdays, and Thursdays.
2 Thursdays, yes. And you can just drop them off.
Oh, that's a nice service to be able to offer.
It's super easy. Super easy.
And I encourage people to visit our website because there's stuff on our website that sometimes as an employee, I don't even know. I mean, we're always doing something new. We always have new initiatives. So please visit the website, lul.org. Just
Income eligibility on the tax help.
I think So the income below $70,000.
We are a VITA site as well as several other VITA sites around the city. We do have a flyer here in the front of the office that anybody can come and get it and list all their VITA sites and their phone numbers and their hours.
All right, a question about, is Social Security still on site for you all on certain days?
Yes, Thursdays from 9:30 to 12:30 p.m.
What do they do? What services do they offer?
They offer any Social Security service. So most of the things they can handle virtually here, sometimes they'll have them come down to their actual site depending on what the situation is. Thursday, yes, every Thursday from 9:30 to 12:30.
Thank you. Putting that in the chat. Thank you. You all are a busy place.
Oh yeah, very, very. It's a good thing though.
It is. And again, with the Social Security, is that people can drop in? They don't need an appointment?
No,
For the
no,
taxes,
no, for the Social Security, no, you do not need an appointment.
Okay. Yeah, for a lot of our clients, it's hard to make appointments, especially for the people who are not housed yet. And if we can find them and grab them, we can, take them in for an appointment. So sometimes it's just hard to get things on a calendar. And so being able to just walk in for some of these services will really benefit our homeless clients.
Everybody just has to remember to be patient because these services, like you said, with no appointment, sometimes there's people usually on Thursday standing at the door to get here, so you might have to wait a little bit, but be patient, and they will help you, in an orderly fashion.
Oh, Dennis has a good question about, do they have to have a real ID to come to the Social Security appointment?
I don't think they need to have a real ID.
Great question, Dennis.
But for
Do you all
people,
do any help to get people IDs? Because a lot of times tracking down birth certificates and marriage and divorce licenses and all that kind of stuff is difficult for our clients.
Depending on the program that they're connected to, we may be able to help them. Like I know in Kentucky in the bills, it's required to have your driver's license, ID, permit, something, and some of them don't have it. So case by case, we'll help them get those things, but they do have to be attached to a program. I believe good. No, let me not say that. I'm not sure.
we would also come in with just helping them get to that point of helping them get their documents, like if they need help making an appointment or finding what's available. And that's the other part of that we would do.
and also, this is apart from us, but in the L&N building, there is a driver's license facility. I don't think they do all of the things, like, of course, they don't do the driver's test or anything like that. But as far as IDs are concerned, that might be helpful as opposed to having to try to go out to Bowman Field or out Hirschborn and in the L&N building. I think it's on the 11th floor is where that's housed.
There are times and days when no one is there. Are you talking about the L&N building, Dennis? Okay, thanks. All right, other questions or comments while we have their attention? Does Louisville Urban League have any programs for adults in need of Chromebooks? I have a client who's a single mother enrolled in a GED program and needs to get a Chromebook to complete her GED.
I'm not sure about workforce. I would have to ask specifically that one. I'm not really sure. I'd have to ask. But if she comes down and talks to somebody in workforce, we'd be able to help her out. Okay, we do not. Sorry. Urban League is open Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Do you provide any type of transportation services? No. Now, if you're connected to a program, I know specifically Kentucky Builds, we can get you a 30-day TARC pass so that you can make it back and forth to classes and to your job interviews and things. But outside of that, no.
All right, case managers doing what case managers do. They're talking to each other now about resources. I love it. Landon and Brianna. All right, Brianna, Goodwill was giving out laptops last year with their workforce program. I got one for being enrolled in school. It's good to know. Right, Amanda. Family Scholar House, always brainstorming. I'm glad to see some of my Case Management Institute people participating in the discussion today. You all are making me proud. Alexa says, yes, I currently live at LSH. I will send you my email to connect if you need. Dennis says he's got great experience working with Scholar House. And Brianna says, we tried Goodwill, but she was unable to get a Chromebook from them. She's contacted JCPS and they referred to Louisville Urban. So she'll try Family Scholar House. Does Louisville Urban League have formal partnerships with any organizations?
Such as, yes, we have formal relationships with a lot of organizations, but is there a specific one or?
No, I wasn't thinking of anyone in particular. I mean, do you have a site at Goodwill or?
Oh, no. Our only site is here. Our class does have their classes down at the Sports and Learning Complex at 3029 West Muhammad Ali. But other than that, no, our only site is here.
Okay. All right, other questions? Does Louisville Urban League offer any life skills or soft skills workshops? Good question.
Very good question. So we do for our seniors right now specifically in our Kentucky on the Builds class, but not like a public one that we have, um, like every week or every couple weeks or something like that.
When you say seniors, you mean seniors in high school or senior adult?
Right. Our 55 and over program, our USJP participants, they do go through those workshops.
How would they access those?
You'd have to be a part of the USJP program. And so you would go on the website under workforce and choose Urban Senior Job Program.
And that would be on your website?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, it sounds like your website is really the place to start. Just get on there and start playing around and
Yes.
see.
An array of information on there.
Yeah. Oh, retirement workshops. That's a good question.
Retirement workshops. I have not heard of any specifically. No. Any other questions?
All right. Well, Landon and Casey and Crystal, thank you so much for giving us part of your day and kind of helping us open the door to all the wonderful things going on at Louisville Urban League. And like I said, I'm going to leave the training open for a few minutes so that everybody can get all these links and email addresses. But even if you miss something, just send me an email and I can get it for you. And I also want to remind everybody about Bagels in the Basement coming up on April the 3rd. I know a lot of you have already signed up for that, and that is your place to talk about resource and resource sharing. And our friends now from Louisville Urban League, you're free to come to that if you want. I'll send you an invitation as well. And it's just an informal time for service providers to get together and talk specifically about what's going on at agencies, what changes have been made. Are there new programs? Have old programs gone away? If you've got a client situation that you need help with, that's a good group to bring it to. So I think I sent out a reminder either Monday or Friday. I know I sent one out recently, but I'll send another one out and I will send it out to the new friends at Urban League as well. And there will also be recording of this workshop that will go up on the coalition's website probably sometime next week. So if you feel like you missed something or you want to go back and hear something again, then you should be able to find it on our website. there's a special tab for training. So again, thank you so much for introducing yourselves and letting us know about the great things that are going on down there. And I'm certain you're going to start hearing from more people and getting those emails and getting those walk-ins. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. Have a great day.
Thank you, you all.